Hello, I'm Chloe Louise from BeHealing.com and I've made a new pick a card read for you. This time it's a love reading. It's the full Celtic cross spread, the Love Tarot. So I've made 3 readings here, the crystal, flower and the shell. Each one of them has got a deeper dive. That is an extended reading that goes with it. If you find that it is your story, could be story, you might want to get that, because in that I'm going to reveal the outcome cards from this Celtic cross spread. I will also be picking cards out from all of these decks at the back here, the romance decks anyway. For further clarity on this, I'll be getting the timing card out for the stuff that's coming in the future, and I'll be getting messages out from your person from these decks here as well. And so if you're interested in that, toward the end of each of these readings, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below, and that's where you can also find the timestamps to fast forward to your readings. This is a timeless reading. Whenever you're getting to it is good. So all you need to do now is take your pick. Do you want the Dark Mansion Tarot here along with the crystal? This is an aquamarine crystal. Would you like the Starchild Tarot along with the frangipani flower? Or the shell along with the Tarot of Mystical Moments there? Take your pick now. Don't forget to click like on this video down there. Leave a comment. Click on that subscribe button with that notification bell as well to hear more from me. That stuff really helps my channel out. It's been tanking lately, so I really need your help in doing all of those things. The more interaction you have, the more people it shows, and it really does make a massive difference to my channel. So thank you for taking the time to do that stuff down there, to interact with the channel. Honestly, it makes a massive difference to how many people YouTube will show my videos to. So enjoy your reading, and I'll see you in there. If you chose the crystal, and this one's for you. Crystals, let's do you a full Celtic cross spread with the Dark Mansion Tarot here. Love spread for you, a love reading for you, full Celtic cross spread. Now, as always, there's going to be a deeper dive to this, crystals, and so that is an extended reading that goes with this. If you find that it is your story, it could be a story, you might want to get that. In that, I am going to reveal the outcome cards from this Celtic cross spread. I will also be pulling cards out from all of these decks at the back as well. Here on these shelves for further clarification, along with the messages card as well from these love oracles, messages from your person. And so if you're interested in that, toward the end of the reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So let's get to it. What's going on for crystals right now in their love lives? Let's see. What's this reading all about? It's all about the Page of Swords. It's all about truth being revealed, and it could be about an apology as well. Pages are the messengers for the king and the queen, so it's all about a message coming through of truth, of clarity, that gets your thoughts straight. It changes your mind about something. It gives you confirmation. More than it's not changes your mind about something. It gives you confirmation of something. It makes things clear for you. So someone is either apologizing to you or telling you something that will make things clear for you. We'll kind of put your mind at peace. So what is crossing you in this? Oh, it's about you waiting for that to come in. What is crossing you in this? What's hindering you in this process? You're kind of closed off from someone at the moment, are you? Because you expect an apology? What's hindering you in this process? You're kind of closed off from someone at the moment because you're expecting an apology. And the Five of Pentacles comes out, which is the left out. I'm being left out. I'm on this cold, dark path alone. I'm feeling left out. Yeah, so you are feeling left out at the moment. Page of Pentacles. There's been news from them about material stuff. So they'll talk to you about work. They'll talk to you about money, but they won't talk to you about the truth, like the truth of the feelings or the truth of the apology. So they're not talking, your person isn't talking about the important stuff that you really need to talk about. You're feeling left out because of that. So it's I think some of you guys, it's not that you're in a no contact situation, it's that you're in a superficial contact situation. They will only talk about certain things, money, work or something like that, or just the straightforward logistical kind of things. They won't talk about you're feeling left out of the other stuff. So the situation here where you're not getting your emotional needs met, communication needs met. Yeah, okay. So how do things appear on the face of it? How are things looking on the face of it for you guys? How's your love life looking right now? From the exterior on the face of it. Too many. How's Crystal's love life looking right now from the surface, from the exterior, on the face of it? How's Crystal's love life looking at the moment on the face of it? Well, it looks like someone's putting some burdens down. So it looks like someone is doing some work on this. So it appears as if they are doing some work. So perhaps the apology that you want coming in comes after this Ten of Wands. So it appears like they're doing something, but you're not really getting clarity from them about that. So, yeah, I think your person here, they've got something to end first. They've got to put some burdens down, some responsibilities before they can come towards you. And you kind of want an apology for that, but you're not getting what you want from them, especially the communication. Yeah, what's really behind that is the Hermit. So they're withdrawn. They're on their own path at the moment. They're doing it for themselves, not really including you in that at the moment. So you're just guessing, really, at the moment, of that they are putting those burdens down. You think that they're doing something, but they're not communicating it, so you're not quite so sure about that. Okay, so your person's left you in the dark here about what's going on. And sometimes Divine Masculine can do that. Well, sometimes people can do that because they want to take charge of something themselves. Think about toddlers, especially little girl toddlers. When they get to the age where they can't really do things by themselves, but they want to, and they get in that way that they will not let you do it for them, but they'll get super, super frustrated that they can't do it themselves, but they still want to do it themselves because they've got to prove to themselves that they can do it themselves. You know, it's like a maturing kind of thing. Yeah, so I think your person's taking a mature approach here of doing something by themselves, like without involving you, and that could be their stance on things. Recent past energy, another page. So there has been communication of passion and lovers. So the communication that you've got from your person has been kind of, perhaps not with words, but with passion, with, you know, making eyes at you and winking at you. And it's been obvious that there's passion there. Page of Wands, the lovers. They want you to be the lovers. And that you make them happy too. So they've been laughing and smiling and winking at you and doing all of those things. So you know that there's something there, right? But perhaps the progression towards something serious, including this truth, the clarity, them making the move to actually be with you properly, you're still waiting on that, is what it feels like. So that's something. The communication that they have had, it doesn't feel like with words to me. There's been about passion, it's been about lovers, you know, them being attracted to you, and also them being happy with you, so you make them happy, so, you know, having a happy disposition when they're around you. So there's something, at least. But it's not the full story yet, is it? So what's coming in the near future? Near future energies for you. Near future energies. We've got the Fool. Oh, someone takes a risk for a new beginning here. So you do have that coming. They're going to take a risk. Five of Swords. It's going to lead to chaos and conflict around you, but someone's going to take a risk. Right. And so this could also be why your person's been holding back from the essential, from the communication that can really move things forward. They've been holding back from that because there's chaos and conflict that's going to come along with it. They need to be fully ready before they actually let it out the bag. So they actually don't want to even give you a little bit of communication regarding that, the important stuff, because if they do, they set the ball rolling. They want to wait until they're completely ready to throw themselves off that cliff, to dive on into it, because of the Five of Swords. As soon as they do it, there's going to be some chaos and conflict that comes along with it, perhaps due to the burdens that they're putting down here. So they could have people around them, burdens that are putting down, breaking free from that are going to cause chaos and conflict when this relationship really sets off. I think the person's got a strategy here. What else is this reading also about? It's about communication of the truth. It's also about you wanting to take action. Okay, so Queen of Wands is you in your action. You like want to move things along. The Queen of Wands, she wants to take action on this. She wants to take over. She wants control. Right, so you would do things very differently, or you would have done things faster, or so you think from your perspective anyway. I'm hearing that some of you could have been in a really similar situation that your person's in at the moment, and you didn't actually, in fact, do it fast at all. Because these things, they take time, you know. So Queen of Wands, you want to move it along, huh? But there's another part of you knows that you can't, and that you need to wait for them to make that move, you know, and to step into that. I think any attempts here to move it along and to take action yourself and to instigate this and to push it will just beget pushback from them. They'll distance themselves even further. They'll hermit even further, right? Because there's a reason. There's a reason that they're holding back at the moment. There's a reason that they're not communicating this. There's a reason that it's only in the past they've only been able to show you so much of how they feel rather than tell you about how they feel. Remember, in the future you've got that Fool coming in, so they are going to take a risk on you and weather that Five of Swords. Feels to me like they need to put those burdens down more so that there's less of the Five of Swords, or they're more able to handle the Five of Swords that's going to come up, that chaos and conflict that's going to come up. Yeah, I wouldn't be in this energy, in Queen of Wands energy, if I were you. There is also the energy that they're very attracted to you and that they can't switch that off, you know. That attraction, it's still there, even if this story is a long one for you guys. If this has been going on for a long time, they're still just as attracted to you and you them. What are your fears? What are your fears, crystals? What are you fearing in this situation? High Priestess? Too many. What are your fears in this situation? Nine of Wands. Okay, you're fearing them not being healed enough, not being ready enough, that perhaps you're not healed and ready enough as well for this. Nine of Wands, that you've still got some boundaries. You're worried that you might be still pushing them away, kind of thing. You're wondering if it's you that's stopping them from coming in because of your past wounds. You're wondering if you're still quite closed, you know, with your boundaries up. You're kind of worried about the Hierophant is doing things by the book. It can be about religion. It could be about customs, not like immigration and customs, like cultures and customs, doing things by the book. It could be about convention. Perhaps you're an unconventional kind of a person. Perhaps you've found your own way in the world that really suits you and you know who you are in that. And your person might have a different idea of that, and that could be worrying you of, are you going to be fighting those customs or going against the rules, the rule book kind of thing for wherever you are, or their rule book. You're worried that essentially that there might be some incompatibilities there in core beliefs, not really core beliefs, perhaps religious beliefs or custom belief, you know. Yeah. King of Swords. King of Swords has clarity. Okay, so you might be worried that you don't have clarity on this, that you're not seeing it right, that you are making some of it up, that you are, you know, that your intuition. I mean, I thought that I was feeling that the High Priestess was going to come out saying that you were scared, that you were kind of scared that you were making it up, scared that your intuition wasn't on point, you know. It feels to me like you kind of know that this stuff is going on, but it hasn't been communicated. You know that they're attracted to you and they've got feelings for you and all of that, but it hasn't been directly communicated. You think that this is happening, but they're keeping away from you, and you're questioning yourself all the time. Like, am I not clear about this? Am I making it up? You know, that kind of thing. What are your hopes? What are your hopes? Hopes in this situation, crystals? What are your hopes for your love life and your hopes for this person? What are your hopes? Crystal's hopes. Nine of Cups, for your wishes to be fulfilled. You know what they are. You know what it is that you want out of this situation, right? You want your wishes to be fulfilled. So no longer only about loving the other person. You want to be loved this time. You want it to be reciprocal this time and all of that. The Eight of Cups, you're hoping that they're walking away from something. Eight of Cups to the Nine of Cups. So you're hoping that they're walking away from something toward you to fulfill your desires. So they're hoping that they're kind of putting you first, you know, in this situation. Okay, so let's get some outcome cards out. So I'm going to get a progression out here. Get you a few cards out. I'm going to reveal these in the deeper dive. Let's just see what they are. Oh, okay. I want them to be a progression so it tells a story of this movement forward for the outcome, you know. I'll be revealing these cards in the deeper dive. I'll also be pulling cards out from all of the romance decks out there. I'll be getting you possible timing cards, you know, for this fool, when they're taking a risk on you, and for the outcome cards that come out as well. That, and then, oh wow. Okay. You got 6 outcome cards there. They do tend to fall out chunkily. I just want to put them right way up. No, I'll just leave it like that, in fact. So 6 outcome cards here. Tells quite the story. If you want to find out what they are, you can get that deeper dive. As I said, I'll also be pulling cards out of these decks for messages from your person as well. So if you're interested in that, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's an instant watch kind of a thing. Type your email address in very carefully, because if you get it wrong, you won't receive the email. The email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder, so do check those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. Click on that crystal on a device that you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video, and when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, just try it on a different device and it should do. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there, leave a comment, and click on that subscribe button as well. It really helps me out, that kind of stuff, and the channel kind of tanks when you don't do that stuff as well. My future is in your hands, so be gentle with me, please, and support me. So thank you very much for that. And so if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. If you're coming with me to the deeper dive, I'll see you in there very shortly. So if you chose the flower along with the mystical child tarot, then this one is your reading. So let's get into it. As usual, flowers, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. That is an extended reading that goes with this. If you find that it is your story or could be a story, you might want to get that, because in that I'm going to reveal the outcome cards from this Celtic cross spread. I will also be pulling cards out from all of these decks at the back as well here, for these romance decks, to give you further clarity on that, more information. I'll be getting timing cards out as well for what's coming in and your outcomes. I'll also be getting messages out of these decks too from your person, messages from your person. So if you're interested in that, toward the end of the reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So let's get you some cards out. What is this reading all about? For flowers. Wow, it's about the sun. It's about you being truly happy, not just happy, joyful, like your inner child being happy at last. Some of you have been doing a lot of inner child healing, and you know that you've been looking after your inner child now, making good decisions for them, taking good care of yourself, and you've raised your vibration up, you've raised your life up to be in a very steady state now, and you're really happy. And you want that cherry on top, you want that relationship on top that is going to You're the culmination of your inner child being happy. Now, some of you, I'm picking up, you're on a love deficit kind of thing. You've not received a lot of love throughout your life, and you've been giving a lot out and you've not received a lot back, and you know that it's your time to receive now. And you know that, there's just so much more available to you in life. Like it's the next chapter in your life of a relationship once your inner child is happy. Yeah, so you've made your inner child happy already by yourself, and now you want a relationship that makes your inner child happy too, which you haven't experienced before, and you're so ready for it now. What an amazing card to get out. This is about your true happiness. What is hindering you in this? What's crossing you here? Quite a lot, apparently. 7 of Cups. You're not sure you're choosing the right thing. It's about confusion of choice. Like, are you choosing the right thing? You're not so sure. It's because you passed, right? Because the choices you've made in the past, you're still thinking that you're the same person, and you're not. The person that you were when your inner child wasn't happy, that made the choices from that place, the one that was searching for love in the wrong places, that's what people with wounded inner children do. They look for love in all the wrong places, right? And then, of course, don't find love there. They find more abuse or more lack of love or more abandonment or more... there it is. Neglect, right? And so whatever it is that your patterns have been has made you worried about what it is that you're choosing, but you're not that person anymore. A person that's looking after their inner child now and that's made themselves happy doesn't make the same choices as someone that hasn't done that. And so I think you can rest assured that you make better decisions for yourself now, and I think you'll have all the evidence that you do. It feels that way to me. Serenity. So you're worried that it's actually going to break. That if you bring this relationship in, then it's just going to bring trouble rather than adding to your experience of serenity. So you've got yourself to a peaceful place, a happy place in your life. You want the relationship now, but you're like, oh, it'll just bring drama and chaos, and I'll lose my serenity. So you've got a bit of pushback and justice. This is about karma, justice. You know what it is that you deserve. You know what it is that you deserve now, don't you? There's a bit of a worry here that you can't have it as well. Okay. Are you truly ready for it? Have you done what it takes? Are you making different decisions now? I think that's what you're asking yourself at the moment. I'm worried that this peace, the healed inner child that you've found now, the happiness that you've got is going to get rocked. And I don't know, are you choosing someone that would do that, or would you choose someone that just adds positivity to your life now? Sure, there's going to be stuff that comes up, right? I mean, living by yourself is much easier than living with someone else, because there's always going to be like toilet seats and stuff like that, But that's not major, is it? Okay, well, how do things appear on the surface of it for flowers? How's the love life appearing on the surface of it? Nice. You're the Empress. Yes, you've done the healing work. You've got yourself to this Empress position where you're the Queen of all queens. You've mastered yourself somewhat, There's always more to learn, right? But you've done enough now, and you know it. You've done enough now to be in a relationship. So you're holding your head high. You know what you deserve. You know what it is that you want. You've figured stuff out. You've done a lot of the healing, and you're ready now. The Empress. That's awesome energy. Oh, that's how you appear on the surface. Oh, what's really behind that? We hope that that's the truth of it, right? That's how you appear on the surface as the Emperor. Beautiful. What's really behind that? Your readiness. The Fool card, the star seed here, your readiness to take a risk on this. The 8 of Wands, about forward movement, about your target, hitting your target, forward movement and communication. You can communicate what you want now. Wow, you're not just the Empress, you're not just holding that energy, but you can actually communicate from that point of view as well. Some of you in previous relationships in the past, you found it hard to, because it would always cause conflict, right? To speak up for yourself, because it would be conflict if you did that. So you didn't want that confrontation, so instead you didn't speak up for yourself. Now you're the Empress, you can actually communicate that. So you've got not just the skills, but you're not putting yourself into conflict situations. You're not going to choose the people that would be conflict, right? To be able to have to do that in the first place. The Five of Crystals is behind that. You walk your path alone. Five of Crystals. It can be a very positive card for someone who is independent, and especially with this Sun card and the Empress card, it's a very positive card. You can keep yourself safe now because you walk this path alone, right? So no matter what, you got yourself. Like, even if you go into a relationship and it doesn't work out, you're not going to be a wreck like you were before when you were seeking love in the wrong places, because you've already got it in yourself, right? And you're not going to lose that. If you feel like you lost yourself in previous relationships, you were already lost and you were seeking that love from them. You're not seeking the love from them this time. You know you deserve it, yeah, but you're a whole person this time. It's very different, right? You've got this. I'm sure that you've got this. So it has backed up the Empress there, that you are ready for a new start here. Better than that, you know what your goal is, you know where you're headed, you know what it is that you want. You're willing to take action on that, and more so, you're willing to speak out on that as well. No more shrinking violet kind of thing, no more avoiding conflict and confrontation because you were choosing a neglectful or abusive or whatever people before. You got this because you can walk this path alone, and if you have to go back to being alone, you're not going to fall apart this time. You won't lose yourself. So, recent past. You're in a very strong position here. Recent past of your love life. Ten of Cups, someone came in. There's your wish fulfillment and the Chariot, and you're like, yeah, you're it. So, Ten of Cups. Happily ever after. Your happily ever after person came into your life and you were like, yes, that's a yes from me. Let's move forward. So they came into your life. You're like, you're everything that I want. You're the one that I want. Do. And the Chariot, you wanted to dive in there. You're like, let's go. Let's do it. Let's do it right now. Oh, but did you manage to set it off straight away? Probably not, because the biggest things, they take time to actually bring in, unfortunately. And it's also a red flag for us to be diving into things like that. So generally, when people are looking after themselves and their inner children, they will not be rushing into things like that. So as much as you wanted to say, come on, let's do it. You're my person. I'm happy to dive into this now. You still need to take it slowly. And anyone else would want to take it slowly. What have you got coming in the near future? You have the Knight of Wands coming in. So someone's coming in with some passion here. Someone's got a lot of passion for you, and they will be coming towards you with that passion, making a move on you. Knight of Wands there. Someone making a decision and making a move forward towards you. I feel like someone's going to be seeing your energy, seeing you as the Empress, and then, raising themselves up to be your counterpart here. And then coming at you with passion. What else is this reading about, apart from your happiness? At last, your happiness. The Sun. What else is this reading about? The Magician. You've got all the tools within you, my dear, to manifest this. And the Seven of Wands. The ability to protect yourself as well is important. So, even though you are there, ready and able to speak out for what it is that you want and advocate for yourself and all of that kind of thing, because you're not choosing the conflict people to be around anymore, so you won't feel that I can't say anything because I know conflict is coming back from me. And in fact, that you need to know that there hasn't been a wrongness of you. It's not that you've got a problem with communication in relationships. It's that you're highly intuitive and you know when you're about to get attacked back for speaking your mind, when you're about to get attacked back from saying what your needs are, right? And so some of you might have been trying to learn how to communicate those things, thinking that's a wrongness of you, when really it was a rightness of you, that you intuitively knew it was conflict that you were getting into by speaking out, because you knew the kind of results you were going to get from that, with the people that you were choosing, right? So now you're manifesting something different, but Seven of Wands says that you can defend yourself now. So even if you somehow made a mistake and chose the wrong kind of people, you'd be able to defend yourself. You'd be able to say no and walk away from that. You wouldn't carry on with it, you would as I said, get back to you're walking this path alone, so you get back to your own self. There's something else about this 5 of crystals here as well that I just got. It's not just that you'll walk your path alone and you're happy to be alone, so you'll go back to that without losing yourself. It's also that, oh, what else did I get? I can't remember. I got something else then. Something about protection. You protect yourself and you can manifest things. You can protect yourself. You can stand up for yourself. You're happy to walk alone. Yeah, you're happy to do your own thing as well, to be the black sheep. You're more happy in yourself now. You're not judging yourself anymore. So when you're going against other people and all of that, you're cool with yourself. You're no longer beating yourself up for that. And like I said before, thinking that you're wrong, that it's a problem with you when it's a problem with them. So even if, like, say there's fallout around your person, so if there's like trouble with their family or the friends or whatever like that, you're going to be able to protect yourself and be okay about being independent. There's a level of independence. You're ready to have a relationship with someone, but to still have a level of independence in there that you're all right anyway, no matter what happens, is what it is. And you'll stand up to other people too. So you've got everything within you now. You've learned everything that you need to learn. You're ready. What are your fears then? A ready person. 5 of Cups, being disappointed. Oh, what if you're disappointed again? What if it doesn't work out? Well, I think that's a natural fear to have, right? More disappointment. Because a person's come into your life here, there's your 10 of Cups, you're pretty sure that this is your happily ever after. Everything seems to be right about them, right? So you've got the attraction there, you've got the feelings there for them, but not just that, you seem to be really compatible too, and it's just seems to be a good fit for you both. Anything else? Fears for crystals. King of Crystals, you're worried about their stability, their money, if they've got the stability, if they are kind of a match to you financially perhaps, or in their stability in some kind of a way. Yeah. Now, some of you might have experienced imbalanced relationships when it comes to money and when it comes to one being the stable one, the other one not, kind of thing. And so I think this is a worry about reciprocation of, you don't want to be the one doing all the work, paying for everything kind of thing. You're worried about their stability. It might not be a genuine, you might not have any evidence of that. It could be a past relationship stuff that's coming up. That tends to be what comes out in our fears, right? It's about past relationships. It's not about, it's about past disappointments. It's about past people not being reciprocal and stuff. What are your hopes? What are your hopes in this, flowers? What are your hopes? Strength, to be strong. Yeah, some of you feel like you've been really weak. And I'm not getting that you were, like in past relationships. I'm not getting that you were. There's a certain strength in being tapped into your intuition and backing away from confrontation with abusive people. There is. There just is, right? And for a while we're going through it, and when we get out of it, we think, oh, I wish I would have been strong enough to stand up for them. Like, do you really? Are you sure that you wanted to fight those people? I'm not sure you did. It would have just got worse, right? There's no winning. I learned that. There's no winning with abusive people. You can wish that you fought them all you like, but it would have been worse if you did. I'm sure. So I think your strength there, is in your intuition. You actually were handling situations really well. But perhaps your choices in the first place weren't the best choices, the choices of people. Because we can't choose. We can't choose very well before our inner child is happy, before we've done that healing, before we're the Empress, we can't choose very well. Hopes for the King of Cups, someone that truly loves you. For true love, that's what you're hoping for. Someone that can love you right this time. Yes, you deserve it. So let's get your outcome cards out. As I said, I'll be revealing these outcome cards, because I'm going to get a few out. I'm going to get a progression out because I want to know the story, ongoing story. Okay. Yeah, so if you want to find out what they are, they'll be in that deeper dive. As I said, I'll be picking cards out from all of those cards back there as well. They're romance cards anyway, that are on those shelves back there, along with some message cards too from your person, and timing cards for these outcomes and this progression forward as well. Two. So yeah, I want the forwarding story here. 3. Oh. And then what? And then what happens? Wow. Okay. Awesome. Okay, so you have 6 cards for your outcome there. Tells quite the story. So if you want to find out what they are and you want a lot of more clarity on this, you want to keep going with me, then come along for that deeper dive. I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's an instant watch kind of a thing. Type your email address in very carefully, because if you get it wrong, you won't receive the email. The email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder, so do check in those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. Click on that flower on a device that you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video, and when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, just try it on a different device, and it should do. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there, leave a comment, and click on that subscribe button with that notification bell as well to hear more from me. Really helps me out when you do that stuff, so thank you so much for doing that. And so if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. If you're coming with me to the deeper dive, I'll see you in there very shortly. If you chose the shell along with the Tarot of Mystical Moments, then this one's for you, shells. Let's do a full Celtic cross spread for you on your love life now. Now, as usual, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. That is an extended reading that goes with this. If you find that it is your story, it could be a story, you might want to get that. In that extended reading, I'll be revealing the outcome cards from this Celtic cross spread. I will also be getting cards out from these decks back here, along with messages from your person from these decks right here. And I will also be picking out timing cards as well for what you've got coming in the future. So if you're interested in that, toward the end of the reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below as well. Okay, so let's get into it. What is this reading all about for you? Well, it's about heartbreak. Have you been through heartbreak lately? Something's breaking your heart. Situation that you're in at the moment. You want a new start in it. The Ace of Swords. You want someone to be truthful and to start things off. Someone could be holding their feelings back from you and it's breaking your heart, and you wish that they could just be truthful so that you can start this. This might be a clandestine affair. Someone, you're in love with them, but they won't reveal it to anyone else. They won't come out properly as a couple. Someone that's kind of keeping you under wraps. It's breaking your heart, whatever it is. You want a truthful start with them. You want the truth to be revealed. You want to be acknowledged for this relationship. Some of you aren't even having a relationship yet because this is a deal breaker for you. You're like, no, I won't have an affair with you. This has got to be out in the open. And it's kind of heartbreaking that someone would ask you to do that. So what is hindering you in this situation? What's crossing you here? What's working against you? 5 of Cups and the Lovers. This is your lover. This, like, you can't go past it. This is the person that you've chosen and you can't get past that. The 5 of Cups, it's another disappointment after a lot of disappointments. So you get stuck on someone, right? You're stuck on this person and it's disappointing. And it's like, why do I always choose the ones that are going to disappoint me? And then I just stay in this heartbroken, disappointed state. It's like, oh, I've chosen another one, but there doesn't seem to be anything you can do. It's like your heart chooses and then it's another disappointment. Even in the waiting, you know, I'm not saying that this is going to be a disappointment for the long term, but where you're at right now, your disappointment is kind of holding you back there. But it doesn't, with that Lover's card, I'm just like, the Lover's card is a choice, and it feels to me like you've got no choice in this. Your heart is chosen, and you just keep on getting brought back to this person, and there's nothing you can do about it, so you've got to stick it out, right? Okay, so how do things appear on the face of it? How's Shell's love life on the face of it? How does it appear on the surface? How does it look to others at the moment? Or how is it appearing to Shell's at the moment? Eight of Cups, like someone's walking away from something. So someone's leaving something in the past. Could be a person, to have a new start. It appears like they're leaving something behind here. It appears like they're making a move there, taking some risks. And Eight of Pentacles, and working toward a new start with you. The Fool. That's how it appears on, and that's what you're hoping for, and that's how it appears on the surface. What's really behind that then? Is that true? What's really behind that? What's really going on behind that? What's really behind this? The Hermit. Really? Yeah, they've withdrawn their energy. They're doing their own thing. They're walking their own path at the moment, doing their own thing. Your person could be focused on work, or it's just something else at the moment that's taking their attention, or they could be getting ready for you, but whatever it is they're doing it by themselves. They're doing it single independent at the moment. They are doing it by themselves. Okay, so you're hoping that they're making moves towards you. You're hoping that they're doing all of these things. They're doing something, but they're doing something in the quiet. You know, I was getting like clandestine affair. What they're doing now is clandestine too. This is someone who just gets on with things and then reveals it at the end when it's done. This is not someone that shares it along the way. Perhaps you've got a Scorpio here. I don't know if other signs do that as well, but I know from Scorpio child and Scorpios that I know, they tend to do that kind of thing. What other signs do that? Let me know in the comments below. What's the sign of your person? Let me know in the comments below. Interesting to find out. Put these shells as well, otherwise I don't know if you're talking about flowers or crystals. So recent past, what's been in the recent past for shells? Well, you had to make a decision. You were at a crossroads. You had to make a decision, and that had to be a strong decision for you as well. So you had to tap into your strength and your courage. You might have had a choice between two people, or you might have had like an important life choice that had something to do with this person. So it's like you could have been offered a job or something, and you're like, I won't do it because I'm going to wait for them instead. Or yeah, I feel like you've had to make a strong decision, perhaps to have tenacity and wait for this person. Perhaps you had someone else coming in, making a move toward you, and you decided, no, you're going to hold out for this person. I'm definitely picking up a feeling from you guys that you were brought back all the time to that person. It's like your heart's chosen already, this person, and there doesn't seem to be anything you can do about it. You just have to wait while they are doing their thing. And you know, in this hermit, the way that they are a hermit like this, yeah, they could be a Virgo, Scorpio, but I think you're going to be glad that they're that kind of person as well, because it's someone that just gets on with stuff, right? They take the leadership and the stuff that they need to do. They don't sit around talking about it. They're going to do this, they're going to do that. They get it done, and then they tell you. So I do feel like, as frustrating as it might be at the moment, you're actually going to benefit. You're going to like this, the way that they do things. It's going to benefit you. Someone that takes action on stuff, you know, and they take the initiative and they take responsibility for stuff. So, but you're in a heartbreaking situation at the moment. You just want this to start with the truth. You want the truth to be out. What else is this reading about? It's also about the Six of Cups and the Three of Cups. It's about reminiscing about good times together. So you've had really good times together, and they could have backed off from that as they hermited away to get something done, right? As their attention shifted from you and the good times you are sharing together. So you could have been like socializing together and stuff like that, and we'd be reminiscing about that. And it's like, and we don't even do that anymore. It's like they're taking a step away from it. It's getting worse rather than getting better. I thought they were making moves toward me, and they seem to be making moves away from me. It's very disappointing and heartbreaking. It's like, am I fooling myself here? Why is my heart choosing them when they appear to be moving away from me? I'm hoping that they're walking away from something else and putting the work that they're doing, whatever it is that they're focused on at the moment. I hope that it's toward a fresh start with me. But yeah, I feel the uncertainty in you guys. No wonder you're watching readings. Okay, so what are your fears here? Wow, yeah, what are your fears? Shell's fears? The Knight of Swords. You're fearing them coming in with the truth in case it's something that you don't want to hear. So if they like send you a text message saying I need to talk to you, you'll be like, oh shit, here we go. Because you're not certain of what their truth is. This is someone that's been keeping it totally quiet from you. You can't read them, in fact. Well, you must be connected in with their energy. But anyway, you're terrified of what it is they're going to say. Am I overstating that? Terrified of what they're going to say? Because we can think, oh yeah, it's going to be positive. I can't wait for them to come in and say this. But you can feel it in your stomach, right? Of what you really think about that, how you're really feeling about it when they do. And you're like, your stomach lurches and it's like, oh my God, really? I'm terrified of it. What else? 10 of Wands. You're worried about taking on burdens from this relationship, about being fully burdened by it, that it's going to be a burden to you. Especially if things don't get moving, you know? It feels like you're carrying the weight of this already, like the emotional burden of this relationship already. Could be worried about that continuing, right? What are your hopes? Shell's hopes. The Six of Swords for movement to happen, you know, to be led out of these choppy waters. You don't want to feel this way anymore. And that's what's really coming up for me in this reading is you got the Three of Swords there, you got the Five of Cups. You're not in a very good feeling place unless you're reminiscing on the good times, then you're in a good place. But the uncertainty of it all, uncertainty makes you feel terrible, doesn't it? Maybe more so than other people. Perhaps other people are more... We don't know because we can't compare our feelings with other people, right? We will never know how other people feel. We can rate it on a 1 to 10 or whatever, but we have no idea. What if other people's scales are completely different and like what your disappointment is could be like a 1 for me? I could have had like, be on a whole different scale for you. You know what I mean? It's like you could have had more disappointments in your life and your scale for disappointments could be so different than everyone else's. Anyway, the Six of Swords is all about coming out of choppy waters, coming out of that uncertainty and all of that to better times. And the King of Pentacles, you're hoping for them to take charge, to get stability, yeah, to rise above this and to come in with that stability. You want stability from them. You want something solid, right? Okay, so let's get your outcome cards out then. So what is the outcome? I'm going to get a few cards out so it's a progression. Oh. Okay. And then and in that deeper dive as well, wow, in that deeper dive as well, I will be pulling cards out from these other decks too. I'll get a timing card out for you too. Yes, I like that. And also messages out from your person as well. So you've got quite a story going on here. If you want to find out what they are, the outcome is here and all the rest of it, you want to go with me to that deeper dive, you come along. I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's an instant watch kind of a thing. Do type your email address in very carefully, because if you get it wrong, you're not going to receive the email. And the email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder. So do check in those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. Click on that shell on a device that can open PDFs. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video. And when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, just try it on a different device and it will do. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there, leave a comment, and click on that subscribe button with that notification bell down there as well to hear more from me. That really helps my channel out. So thank you so much for doing that, for taking the time to do that. It really makes a huge difference between like YouTube only showing like 200 people my videos or 2,000 people my videos. just your interaction. So don't underestimate just how much you can do for me to give back to this channel. I would very much appreciate you doing that. So if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. And if you're coming with me to the deeper dive, I'll see you in there very shortly.